The album is called The Conversation. It's called The Conversation because it became quite apparent as further we went on with the record, as we were writing it, that it was like a gathering of conversations that had been had over a few years with me and my girlfriends, discussing life in general, the decisions that you make suddenly having a massive effect. You know, we're talking about love, relationships, but ultimately, writing from a certain age, you become a parent. So we're talking about divorce. Suddenly, you're not happy in a relationship when you walk away from that, or if you walk away from that, the effect that it'll have on a family, children, grandparents, everything. So the decisions that you make are far larger. Also talking about being happy after years of unhappiness, making a decision that changes everything, but then you come out the other side of it a few years later. So it's all those sort of conversations, the ones that you never imagine, the big decisions that you're going to have to make. It was great working. You know, it's always easy for us to work together. You know, sometimes it's tougher than others. You know, when it's a more difficult record, but this album was a very, very easy album to make. Also, myself and Johnny worked with some other people, actually friends. We worked with Richard Hawley on the album. We wrote some songs with him in Sheffield. We worked with Bernard Butler from Suede, who we'd known for many, many years. And we also worked with Karen Ann from the band Girl Called Johnny, who's another friend of ours. They were just sort of happenings that ended up writing it. You know, it wasn't any big idea. We didn't have a label at the time when we were making the record. So there wasn't any big sort of deals getting made and costs and all that pressure that goes along with making records a lot of the time. So there wasn't always the pressure for this having to work. So the writing was very easy. It was a lot of fun. We did it over a period of time. We were also doing some dates in between the writing, so we also got the opportunity to try out some of the songs live. We were playing The Conversation and Detroit City as early as 2011.